Peace, family. So like I stated, we're going to go through the three different disputing methods outside of the consumer reporting agencies, and these are the most powerful, place to come and file a complaint. And this just, once again shows us the power that we have as consumers within this corporation. We have the ability to go out and complain against these companies that are breaking the, federal laws, which we all know of, the FDCPA, FCRA, Truth in Lending. So we're going to come here and exercise our rights. So all of the studying, everything that we've been, going into as far as understanding the definitions, congressional findings for each subchapter, and just the laws within the subchapter. Now, with us knowing the language and understanding our story, this is where we're going to come and we're going to file a complaint. What I want you guys to understand, we've been taught growing up, anything that says .gov, org, typically .gov, they're supposed to be, our enemies. They're not out there, quote unquote, we've been taught to help us. But anybody, if you know who you are, that has a .gov, whether it's the IRS, whether it's, anybody with .gov is your best friend. If you know who you are, they're set up in place to protect us and to provide for us. So let's get into the BBB. So this is where we're going to come once again, filing complaints, collections. This is beautiful. Medical bills. This is beautiful. So I'll come here for such, and we just come here, click drop down, file a complaint. Once we come here, file a complaint, what we'd like to do is file a complaint against a business and have BBB help me get the resolution to my problem. So we're going to be communicating with this company through the BBB. Who's the company? Let's go ahead and just say, for the sake of time, Capital One. We want to make sure that we got the right address for them specifically. Capital One Financial Corporation, 1500 Capital One. Okay, so now we're going to answer some questions after we've selected the company in which we're going to complain against. Is this complaint solely about buyer's remorse? You regret spending money on the product or service? Is your complaint solely on a price that was higher than prices charged by others? Are you solely seeking an apology from the company? Are you filing this complaint for the BBB information only? No to all of the above questions. If there's yes to any, of course, select yes. Then we're going to select my name, Billy Bob Joe at yahoo.com. 602 666 606 666 6266. Bet. 112 East Legendary Drive. Evan, Alabama. 88888. You know the vibes. All right, so type in your information. Now they're going to ask us about you. Who are you? Tell us about yourself. Continue. Did this occur within the last 12 months? If it did, we select yes. If it did not, we select no. Does your complaint involve a health or a healthcare provider? So if it does, such as a health insurance, the health insurance probability and account, HIPAA, and certain state laws require healthcare providers and health insurance plans to maintain the confidentiality of protected patients' health information. According to assist you in with revolving the complaint you filed the BBB, we need a written authorization and signature below. Without your authorization, BBB not be able to help provide your assistance. I authorize a business to use and disclose the business protected health information and related to the BBB. So you're just you're creating a signature to go ahead and send out to HIPAA. HIPAA is showing that and letting us know that they're not able to release any medical information. Them doing that, they're breaking the HIPAA violations and also laws within the FCRA. On my laptop be doing that sometimes. All right. So now we tell them about the story. So what happened? So Billy Bob. So let's describe our story. That's why knowing the story, knowing the details is the most important thing, as well as knowing the language within the laws. So I'm gonna just create a quick one. Broke the law. Let them know right away. Coming from they broke the law. What's the law that they broke in? Pursuant to 15 USC 1681 A 2 B, I believe it is. Three A3 16. Yeah, okay. Pursuant to 15 USC 1681A, number 3, anytime we're stating the law, it's always in pursuant to, right? Pursuant to 15 USC 1681-3, restriction on medical information. You guys have violated federal law and furnished my information without my permission. I'm gonna pause. Then I'm gonna get right back into it once I'm done typing this up. Perfect. You broke the law. We're gonna let them know right away. In pursuant to 15 USC 681A3, restriction on medical information, it states you must exclude any medical information from my consumer report. You guys have violated federal law within the FCRA and furnished my information without my permission, 15 USC 681B. On top of that, you have infringed upon my privacy, sharing my information with the third-party debt collector, nothing with my credit card, which is defined in TILA and pursuant to 15 USC 1602. The term credit card means any card, plate, coupon book, or other credit device for the purpose of obtaining money, services, labor, or services on credit. Meaning my social security number. So now we can say late or in the same sub chapter in pursuant to 15 USC 1681A, number 2, believe it's B. A, number 2, number B. In pursuant to 15 USC 1681A 2B, any authorization or approval of credit So now I'm going to state that law right there within the exclusions and how anything with our credit card must be excluded from our report. Then I'm going to let them know if they're not willing to comply, I will hold them civilly liable and I will come for my remedy. Boom. So just like this, you wrote the law in pursuant to 15 USC 6181A. I'm not going to write out all three, neither for the CFPB and OCC. There's only one I'm going to write. They all are the same. They're all going to have us tell you about the problem. The main thing I want you guys to get from this is me breaking down my story, me using the law within me telling my story. Anytime I'm bringing up or citing the law, I'm always letting them know and pursuant to, right? And then I break down, the information. I understand the language within it, so now I can use it, within, um, my case and my complaint, because I understand the language within the laws. Knowing the laws and which ones to use are easy. We have letters within the mentorship specifically to show you guys. I'm gonna just drop them all so you guys can just have them. But we gotta. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys. We clearly got a late payment blueprint. Let me show you all of them we have. We got a medical bill one as well too, and I mean just use these letters as well too to just create, especially those that are just getting started, to create your guys' reasoning. Don't use word for word, but definitely use the laws and the wording within the laws. Specifically for, since we're already on the medical bills, let's go ahead and stay on the medical bills and see what they're talking about within here, and how we could have even used this one um, for this case specifically. So all of your typical information to whom it may concern on my credit report with the credit reporting agencies. This is not a refusal to pay, but a notice that your claim is disputed. Under the FDCPA, I have the right to request validation of the debt you claim that I owe. I'm requesting proof that I am indeed the party you are asking to pay this debt. Perfect. This is beautiful. The reason why they used the FDCPA is because anytime it's a medical bill, a third-party debt collector is going to try to reach out to you and get you to pay this debt to them. Where is our contract? Who are you? Where is our contract? And if you can't validate, the 5 requirements within the 15 USC 692G, it's not valid. Please attach the copies of any agreement with your clients that grants, et cetera, et cetera. Boom. Yeah. So yeah, boom. Then they go on to use cease and desist. So they more so use the FDCPA within here. We can go ahead and use the FCRA for anything that's been furnished. We can also use the FDCPA while dealing with any debt collector. I mean, that's why that chapter is set up, and this one was set up last. The FDCPA, I believe, in 1978. I'm gonna let y'all know 100% though. So don't even take my word for it, especially on this recording. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna break down everything, how and why they were all created. After we go through and wrap everything up, after I go through Truth in Lending, after I go through the FDCPA, the FCRA is one of the most hard, subchapters. So y'all going through this first. I'm doing this for a reason. I want you guys to truly understand, the definition of credit, what it is. That's why I've introduced you guys, little bits and pieces to truth in lending, but we haven't really touched at all upon the FDCPA. We're gonna zoom through the FDCPA when we do go through that one. That one's really simple, and it's the most new. It's the most new subchapter. Truth in lending was the first one. All right, we talk about credit, and then we go into the FCRA, which I believe that was created about 2 years later, and then the FDCPA, which was created like 8 years after the Truth in Lending. So what do we tell us about your problem? Okay. Correction to a credit report is going to typically be what this is typically what it's going to be. If we wanted them to correct anything to our credit report, boom. We can get explanation of charges outside of the finance charge. We can get a refund for the money that they owe us, whether it's through all of the remedy and the civil liability. So now we're going to go ahead and correction their credit report, upload any documents for extra information as you guys go through, and file this. I am a U.S. active duty. No. 20 years. 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 Would you be willing to help BBB with our complaint reporting? No. I have read, I authorize, I consent. I'm not a robot. Crosswalk. And boom, just like that. We are done with this with the BBB. So you would just come here and press submit, just like that. Now we're gonna come here to the CFPB, submit a complaint. This is perfect for inquiries. This is perfect for, I mean, really any deletion, even getting remedy. As you guys go, I mean, if needed, if taken to the extent of going to court, they're going to, anytime you file a complaint within the BBB, CFPB, they're going to close your complaint. But just because it's closed, after they've responded, these companies, that doesn't mean that it's over. You can file as many complaints as you want. The more the merrier, because the more evidence you have while going to court if needed to that extent. But this is just more communication with them overall. They're going to continue, trying to take advantage of you, trying to act as such as if you don't know your laws and your rights. But you just got to continue staying consistent and continue applying that pressure, really, and continue applying the law, like, and letting them know you know who you are and you're not going for that, because they're truly breaking federal law. Like, they got access to our whole trust, which them having access, like, yeah, that's a whole nother topic, but them having access to that, I mean, anytime there's an inquiry in general, you guys hear me talk about this a little bit, but anytime there's an inquiry, whether it's hard or soft, that means that your information was furnished, your information was used within a transaction. Anytime there's an inquiry, that's the receipt of a transaction. If a transaction took place, somebody used your information, they went to your trust without your permission, and they got a loan. Did you give them permission to get a loan? If there was a transaction that took place, money was involved. Who are they, and who are these companies that are furnishing your information? All right, so what is the complaint about? If it's about debt collection, let's go to debt collectors. If it's about credit reporting, let's go with the credit reporting. If it's about the vehicle loan or the lease, let's go here. Typically, I'll go ahead and I'll just do, I mean, even your credit card, once again, what is what? Social security number. So if it has to do with anything dealing with my social security number, we'll come here. So let's go ahead and just click on the credit card one for you guys. I typically will select the credit reporting one. Um, so most of the general purpose credit card or charge card, what happened? Right? Was there fees or interest, trouble using your card, problem with the purchase on your statement, um, closing your account, struggle to pay your bill, bankruptcy, any of that. Um, Getting a credit card, problem during application process, fraudulent card opens. If you guys get denied for anything, you guys can come here. So boom, we'll come here. Which best describes your problem? Application denied. All right, we can't get denied for our rights once again. So we're gonna come here and we're gonna complain against them. Have you tried to fix this with the company? If you have, yes. If you have not communicated with them, no. So for this instance, I haven't communicated with them yet. I haven't tried to fix it with them. I'm coming here. I'm breaking down my, exactly what happened. This one would be in pursuant to 15 USC 1691. Scope of prohibition. You guys go through this. Boom. Read this. There's some extra free game on this record on top of everything I was going to go over. What would be a fair solution? Delete this from my report, or for this case, we're not deleting anything. We're making sure that we get accepted. I was gonna say I wanted to open up my account, but we have an open-end credit plan, so it's always open. So I would let them know. I want them to apologize in writing for discriminating me against my rights. 15 U.S.C. 1691. Let me just show you real quick. Talks about it right here. Activities constituting discrimination. It shall be unlawful for any creditor to discriminate against any applicant with respect to any aspect of a credit transaction. Boom, it lets them know, be known down there. So now we come here, we can use the 1691 to write up what it is that we want. Right, open up my account. I want you guys to, I want to do business with you guys immediately. Then we come here, enter the company name. Here we can enter multiple company names. Amex. If you guys are going through with the credit report or the credit reporting one, which I'm going to show you guys who's submitting this, myself, and then you'll type in your information. At the end of your information, that's the last step. Then it will just go ahead and allow us to take the next steps. So the biggest part, I mean, overall, is simple. We're adding the company's name, we're adding our information. Make sure you have the right company's information, and then break down your guys' story. Right, step 4, and where we're here, breaking down our story, letting them know what we want done. This is the most important part. This is the communication. This is us creating a letter in all reality to these companies directly, right? But now we're going through the CFPB, the BBB, and we're exercising our rights to file a complaint against these companies. Then we got the OCC come here, just like the rest of them. All right, what are we going to do? We're going to file a consumer complaint. All right, so let's come here. Consumer complaint. So I just typed it in, consumer complaints, fill out the online customer consumer complaint. All right, so we'll come here. Have you tried to resolve your complaint with the financial institution? Let's say in this case, yes. All right, your information, Billy, Bob, Billy, Bob, Drive, Billy Bob City. 865232. 602, 606, 656, 6667. All right. Billy Bob at gmail.com. We don't have to answer either of these. Anything that's not starred, we don't have to answer. So not applicable because we're the ones on the behalf of filing this. Name of finance institution. Who's the name? All right, Bank of America. And it asks company information. Damn, I want to go do next. Type of accounts. What type of account is it? Is it a loan product, consumer leasing, insurance, credit card? Have you tried to resolve your complaint with your financial institution? Yes, we said. If yes, when? Then we date when we did try to, file that. And then how did you guys try to do it? It was through mail. Have they responded? No. If yes, when? And how? Then we go next. Select the type of account. So let's say credit card. Then we go ahead and describe what it was that happened. We're going to exercise our rights, describe our story. From there, we review the form, and boom, it's sent. Just like that. These are very simple. These are the three that we're going to go ahead and use. These are our best friends. These are what we want to file as we're exercising our rights. Right? We can literally be doing everything via, the desktop by coming here and just filing these complaints through the CFPB, through the OCC, through the BBB. Right? These are all powerful tools that the government have put in place for us to go out and exercise and our rights against these companies that are breaking the law. And these companies right here, the BBB, CFPB, OCC, they all regulate these financial institutions. They regulate these debt collectors. So let's come to the people that regulate them, and let's complain to them, because I promise you, we're not the only people complaining. If you guys go to the search bar, let me show you guys CFPB. I'm gonna show you guys where you guys can go look for the same, case within what you guys are maybe going through. Amex. I believe it was here. Damn. I'm pretty sure that was it. Just the search bar. Yeah, that was it. And there's a bunch of news as well too. CFPB estimates 88 billion in medical bills on credit reports. Like what? March 1st. So like we're not the only people coming here filing these complaints, but specifically for the company to find out more information about that, I'll come down. I'll let y'all know on the mentorship. I don't want to give y'all some. I'm not 100% sure because I've done it a couple times, but maybe federal. Pretty positive it's within here. But that's it for the recording. Let me stop the recording.